Good morning, students. Today's topics are also a continuation of chapter number 3, Nazis and the Rise of Hitler from History. And today's topics are number 1 is Hitler's rise to power and the destruction of democracy and reconstruction. Okay? So, students, as you know very well that in my previous topic, I will told you about the power and the increasing power of the Hitler. So students, after the era of Great Depression, Hitler rose to power, and Hitler was born in 1889 in Austria and spent his childhood and youth in poverty. In the First World War, he enrolled for the army and acted as a messenger in the front and became a corporal. And also, he had earned medals for bravery. After that, Hitler joined a small group called the German Workers' Party in 1999. And students, anyhow, due to his wisdom, he took over the organization and renamed it the National Socialist German Workers' Party, which later came to be known as the Nazi Party. Alright? And in 1923, he planned to seize control of Bavaria and march to Berlin and capture power. Okay? So students, as I told you, during the Great Depression, Nazis became a mass movement. And after 1929, banks collapsed, businesses shut down, workers lost their jobs, and the middle classes were threatened with destitution. Then, in such a situation, Nazi propaganda stirred some hopes of a better future among the people of Germany. And as you know very well that Hitler was a powerful speaker and his words moved people. And in his speech, he promised to build a strong nation, undo the injustice of the Versailles and Versailles Treaty and restore the dignity of the German people. Alright? And students, he also promised employment for those looking for work and a secure future for the youth. He also promised to weed out or for vanish out all foreign influences and resist all foreign conspiracies against Germany. And Hitler also started following a new style of politics, and his followers held big rallies and public meetings to demonstrate support among the people of Germany. And according to the Nazi propaganda, Hitler was called a Messiah or a savior, as someone who had arrived to deliver people from their distress. Alright? And Hitler used a red banners with the swastika, the Nazi salute, and the ritualized rounds of that banner after the speeches were all part of this spectacle of power. Okay? And students, he was successful to create an image in the mind of people, and people hoped that one day Hitler restore their dignity and pride, whatever destroyed by the another country who were living in a time of acute economic and political crisis. Okay? After that, your next topic is the destruction of democracy. So students, as I told you above that Hitler was very optimistic, and anyhow he rose his power and faith among the people of Germany. So on 30 January 1933, President Hindenburg offered the chancellorship, the highest position in the cabinet of minister, to Hitler. And the Führer decree of 28 February 1933 suspended civic rights like freedom of speech, press, and assembly that had been guaranteed by the Weimar Constitution. Okay? And students, this is done by Hitler because Hitler was very conservative mind, and when he acquired power, Hitler set out to dismantle the structures of democratic rule, and a mysterious fire that broke out in the German Parliament building in February facilitated his move. Alright. After that, he turned on his enemies, the communists, most of whom were hurriedly packed off to the newly established concentration camps. And students, concentration camps was a kind of place where all the enemies of the Nazi party sent for punishment. And students, the repression of the communists was very severe. Near about only 6,808 arrest files of Dusseldorf, which is a small city of a 500,000 population. And after that, 1,440 were those of communists alone. They were, however, only one among the 52 types of victims persecuted by the Nazis across the country. Okay? Alright? So students, whatever I told you above, that was all the numbers of arrested persons by the Nazi party who were against the Nazi ideology. Alright? And after that, finally, March 1933, a famous enabling act was passed, and this act was a sign to establish dictatorship in Germany. All right, and this act gave more and more power to Hitler and also in parliament to rule by decree. All right. After that, all political parties and trade unions were banned in Nazi Germany except Nazi party affiliated to do anything. Okay? And finally, the all over the state completely started to control over the economy, media, army and judiciary by the Nazi party. Okay? And special surveillance and security forces were created by Hitler to control, rule and order in a country as well as Nazi wanted. And Hitler and Nazi party also created a very strong SA or the stormtroopers and also Gestapo, which were the secret state police, and also the SS, the protection squad, and after that criminal police and the security service, all are created by Nazi party to protect the Nazis and his followers and to establish rule and order whatever ordered by the Hitler in Nazi Germany. So students, it was the extra constitutional powers of these newly organized forces that was given by the Nazi to maintain its reputation and law and order. Okay? And whatever ideas given by the Hitler to the people of Germany, that was very, very different whatever thought by the people of Germany. Now, people could be detained in Gestapo torture chambers, rounded up and sent to concentration camp, and also deported at will or arrested without any legal procedures. So students, on the basis of above example, now you can understand Hitler only wanted to those people in which he wanted to remains alive in Nazi Germany, and the number of communities who were living in Nazi Germany, they were not liked by the Hitler. That's why all were tortured and humiliated and finally sent to concentration camp by the Hitler and the Nazi party. And finally he sent for death in a special chamber which created by Hitler to poison the people. All right. After that, your next topic is reconstruction. So students, in reconstruction, Hitler wanted to maintain a new Germany. That's why Hitler assigned the responsibility of economic recovery to the economist Hjalmar Schacht. All right. He aimed at full production and full employment through a state-funded work creation, program. Okay, and this project produced the famous German superhighways and the people's car, the Volkswagen. Okay. After that, in foreign policy, Hitler was also successful, and finally Hitler pulled out of the League of Nations in 1933 and reoccupied the Rhineland in 1936 and integrated Austria and Germany in 1938 under the slogan like one people, one empire and one leader. Alright? And students, Hitler ignored the sage advice of not to invest hugely in rearmament. It means, and students, here the meaning of rearmament means a new and well developed army force with new technology of arm and ammunition. Alright, and after that he then took Sudetenland from Czechoslovakia, and Hitler had the unspoken support of England. That's why Hitler did not stop here, and he chose war as a way out of the economic crisis or to sort out the problem of money in Germany by the Hitler. And as I told you, Hitler party was in crisis and he wanted to collect more and more resources and money with the help of expansion of territory. Okay, so finally in September 1940 Germany invaded Poland, and this started a war with France and England. Alright, but students, USA resisted involvement in the war, but when Japan extended its support to Hitler and bombarded Pearl Harbor, finally the USA entered the war. Okay, so students, in September 1939 Germany invaded Poland, and as I told you above that, this started a war with France and England. Alright, and in September 1940 a tripartite pact was signed between Germany, Italy and Japan. Tripartite means here student three countries, and strengthening Hitler's claim to international power. And those countries which were working under the power of Nazi Germany, working as a puppet, were installed in a large part of Europe. So by the end of 1940, Hitler was the pinnacle of his power. After the victory, Hitler now moved to achieve his long-term aim of conquering Eastern Europe, because he wanted to ensure food supplies and living spaces for Germans. So finally, he attacked the Soviet Union in June 1941, and in this historic blunder, Hitler exposed the German Western Front to British aerial bombing and the Eastern Front to the powerful Soviet armies. Okay? So students, Finally, the Soviet Red Army inflicted a crushing and humiliating defeat on Germany at Stalingrad. After this, the Soviet Red Army hounded out the retreating German soldiers until they reached the heart of Berlin, and establishing Soviet hegemony or Soviet power over the entire Eastern Europe for half a century. And students, as I told you above that USA was not interested in war, that's why USA had resisted involvement in the war. But due to the bombardment on his Pearl Harbor, finally USA entered in the war. Okay? Finally, the war ended in May 1945 with Hitler's defeat and the US dropping of the atom bomb on Hiroshima in Japan, as you know very well that. So students, here the political activity of Hitler's and his party